Hi everybody, Jo here again. Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is. It's lovely to have your company. Just want to pop in and have a little chat. Now, you might need your brew and your cheeky biscuit this morning. I'm really coming in to answer a question. One of our lovely subscribers, and I'm sorry I don't know your name, you're down as Cards Paper Looks, which sounds really intriguing. But you were asking about the Lavinia pound stamps. Now, these are the Lavinia pound stamps. Well, some of them, there are a lot. And I've got to be honest, I use them quite a lot. Certainly Pippin here is one of my absolute favourites. And I started by every time I put an order in, just ordering a couple of them. Because to be honest, for £1, you know, what can you get these days? And it's amazing what you can make from these. I've got to be honest, the floral ones, as you know, I'm a bit of a wreath fiend and I love to make wreath cards or garland cards, a lot of people call them. And by stamping the pound stamps, you can get such a lovely effect. And all sorts of pound stamps. So in answer to your question, and what you have to watch with these is often they get stuck underneath things. You know, like I've got a water pot here, I've got my water bottle here, and if you're not careful, they can stick on the bottom. I mean, they're amazing. Any of you with dogs, cats, you know, they can stick. I've heard of ladies, crafters finding them on the slippers. They just, I mean, I was doing a live Lavinia YouTube workshop last year, and one of my berry stamps flicked off in the room. I've never found it. Goodness only knows where it went, and I have tried looking. So anyway, in answer to your question, I came up with this. And what it is, we actually made these in my little workshop group, and we have some workshops on a Saturday, some live workshops. And this, I've got to be honest, is, and it's not easy to show you, it's a storage container. And this one actually came from, in the UK, it's a company called That's Crafty. So That's Crafty. And it's for ATCs, really, and it comes as a kit and you put it together. So what we actually did before we put it together, we drew round the sides, and then this is just, look at this, I haven't even gessoed the bottom yet, and we made a template, and this is just a light backing paper, but I've just used my Lavinia stamps then. And what we did was we drew round a template for each end, and then we put our kit together, little bit of glue, black gesso, and while the black gesso was drying, we stamped up our pieces of card, and I've used a Tim Holtz matte medium, a vintage one, to finish it off. Now, when you're storing them, the beauty of it is you can either store them this way, or I know one of my workshop ladies has actually stored hers this way. Now, obviously, they're the ones, and it just stands on your desk like this. And they're the ones still in wrappers. But for me, I've got to be honest, actually taking in and out of wrappers, it just drives me insane. So mine, my actual one I made before I made the one at the workshop, this is the one. So if I show you, this has got, if I tip it up, they'll all come off. But this, I went for a different sort of theme, and I've added some embellishments. And again, some of my favourite Lavinia stamps. And because mine are out of their wrappers, you can either, I like to keep the acetate, because often I use that, as you know, and I've just written on what the stamp is called. But there are a few of them where I've lost the acetate, I've got to be honest. So I've just cut myself some pieces, and eventually when I get a chance, I need to name them. Not had chance. But I've got my florals in here, sort of my mushrooms look. And then I've got my animals in this section. Obviously there's Pippin. There are a few stamps I've actually got 2 of, because Pippin, I find I use him all the time, so I've got 2 of him. And as you know from following the tutorials, this butterfly I use a lot, so I've got 2 of that, just in case I was going to lose one, because I do have a tendency to. As you know, they do easily disappear. So that's my florals, this is my animals, and then this is my extras. There's a gorgeous, there's a love hearts, there's the stars. Oh, now a dragon. He's an animal really, isn't he? Put him in with the butterfly. What else have I got in there? Stars. Oh yes, the crown. Let's have a look. What's that? The crown. Oh, that's an empty one. So that's just the sort of thing. And for me, it just means I've less chance of losing them. And also, when I've finished a design, if all else fails, I can just put them in the container here. And as I say, that just stands on the side of my my desk over there, and it's perfect for me. I did look at all sorts of containers with lids, but then it's taken the lid off. And I know it doesn't take long to take a lid off, but when you're a crafter, you really do need things at hand. But also we want things to look nice, don't we? This one I've edged in gilding wax. It's got lovely silver gilding wax on. And I have to say, for me, I mean, it's a shame I can't really show you the sides too well on this one. I have to tip them up. But again, look at the poppies. And I love blue poppies, Mecanopsis poppies. I do wish I could grow them. If anybody's got a secret ingredient how to grow them, I'd love to know, apart from me moving to the Himalayas. But anyway, that's my little homage to them. So I'm hoping that helps. Like I say, it's just an informative little, it was just to answer a question. As you may have gathered when you ask me questions, I'm not very good at typing the answers. Can take forever. So it's easier just to come on and show you. So I'm hoping that answers the question. So I'm going to go and put these back on the side. I have to say, you know, if you had a friend who was a Lavinia fan, and who isn't, I've got to be honest, and you wanted to make her a present, you could actually make her one of these. And how lovely would that be to make your friend storage for your pound stamps, and even maybe buy a couple of pound stamps to put in it. I think that would be a lovely gift. Now, it's Easter weekend here this weekend, so I'm going to have a couple of days off. I want to try and get some gardening done. I'm going to spend some time with the grandchildren and spend some time with my husband. I don't seem to have seen him much recently. We've both been working a lot, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel the same. So if you are going to spend time, I mean, here in the UK, we can see people in the garden, so have a lovely time. If you're going to be on your own, do you know what? Grab yourself a brew, a biscuit, and watch one of the videos and pretend we're there crafting together, because none of us need to feel alone. We're all here for each other. And thank you as always for your comments and subscribing. Sorry there wasn't a demonstration today, but I just wanted to come back in and answer the question. I do try and answer your questions. It is important. I think if you're taking the time to watch, comment and leave a question, I will try and get back to you. May not be straight away, I'm afraid, but I will do. So I'm going to go now. So you take care. Thanks for popping in. And I'll come back next week with some nice crafty play, and we can do a bit of crafting together, and we'll make something nice. So have a lovely weekend, everybody. Stay safe. Much love and hugs. Bye for now.